Hey there and welcome. It's time for that live stream. We're celebrating the channel getting 1,500 subscribers. So, don't have anyone here yet, but that's okay. I'm not too surprised. Give us a couple minutes and we'll see who joins us. Let's see here. Want to check one thing here. Uh, let's see here. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we've got 10 people on that page, plus whoever joins us tonight. We'll see what happens. I'll just keep rambling on for a little bit. For those of you who don't know, we're definitely going to keep on the drive for subscribers. I'm thinking when we hit the 2,000 subscribers less, we might just give away 3 items: a knife, like we have been doing, and maybe a couple things from my merch store. T-shirts, coffee mugs, that sort of thing. Excuse me. As you can probably tell, I'm still not 100%, but could be a whole lot worse. And trying to get some tea made to have myself a nice hot toddy, but we'll just have this while we're waiting. But I mentioned that I do have a merch store. Yeah, it'll be linked below most of my videos in the comments section. Someone suggests I might want to start putting it on a pinned post. Might do that. I've also started I'm not sure what you call it, but I've now got an account with Buy Me a Coffee, which is pretty cool. So if you want to subscribe to support the channel in a monetary way, you can go over there and make a donation anywhere from $5 on up. Unlike Patreon, you don't have to subscribe, so you're not stuck giving money every month, but you can if you want to. Pretty cool. And let's face it, running a channel is not exactly cheap. All these knives I'm showing you come out of my own pocket. Well, out of the business pocket anyway, because it's got to come somewhere. Uh, Plus the paracord I cut up, the pieces of leather I cut up, um, all of this stuff costs money, and I could definitely use a better camera. My computer's getting a little old, so I have to keep deleting stuff off of the computer so I have enough space to put new stuff on it, and that's a constant headache. Um, so it would be nice if I could set up a soundproof room that if my son or starts getting rambunctious, I don't have to worry about everyone hearing him. Uh, but again, that takes money that I don't have right now. Hopefully, we'll see what happens. So, yeah, I see we do have one or two people here. I'm not sure who. Go ahead and sign in and chat for the chat. It's ought to be good. Uh, let's me know if you've got any questions you want answered, or if you've got any concerns, if you just want to say, hey, either way, it helps. It helps. Um, let's be honest, I can't know you're here unless you open up and chat. Well, I've got a thing that tells me how many people are here right now, but it doesn't tell me who they are. So go ahead and say something in the live chat or just, yeah. Let's see here. Mine are carving or shaping of wood. I use a saw and chisel, but I could also try using a knife. Well, for myself, if I was going to be doing any carving, I'd probably want something with either a drop point or a clip point. Um, a lot of people who like to do a lot of carving whittling will go for some of the more traditional uh, slip joint knives, like say Stockman, because it's got a bunch of different knife blades on it, and including, as you can see, one with a clip point. And that fine tip is good for doing some fine detail work. If you want to just kind of shave things down, you've got the sheep's foot blade, which is was designed for uh, smoothing out hooves. So it's designed to carve nice flat surfaces. And of course, you've got a spay blade, but that I don't think would do much good for whittling. Um, a canoe would probably be a good choice, or a peanut. There's a lot out there that are available. Um, you could, of course, go for a more modern tactical knife. Plenty of them have uh, drop points and clip points. For instance, tonight I'm carrying a drop point Demco. This is the 80 20.5. I don't have any in stock right now, but they should be having a drop any day now. And hopefully, when they do, I'll get some more in stock. But again, that is just a perfect point for doing fine work in wood. I would not get something too big. It's the smaller the blade, the easier it is to control. And yeah, I mean, okay. For instance, piece of cherry. If I'm going to use as a clip point like this one, then I can get in nice and tight. And then when I start doing fine work, I've got nice piece to, of course, whittling cherry is difficult because it's a very hard wood, but so I mean, okay, got nice little slot started there. As far as using sheep's foot, I can use sheep's foot to kind of smooth out. Let me kind of smooth out an area too small to get a good plane in. And yeah, you could use a chisel to do a lot of this. It depends on what you're looking for and your control. For me, I always preferred using a knife. And I will admit that you really shouldn't be cutting toward yourself like I am here. It's a bad habit I picked up when I was very young. And if you've got a sharp enough blade and you've got fine enough control, it's not too dangerous. But if your blade starts getting dull, carving towards yourself is just asking to get yourself a cut finger or something like that. And it's just, I really could teach myself or train myself for better habits, I gotta admit. Um, let's see here. Let me pull my store up in a different website here. Not there. Let's see here. There we go. Wish I could have you look over my shoulder as I go through my website here. But what I may need to do is go in sometime and do some stuff that is specially designed for whittling and that sort of thing. Werewolf wouldn't be bad from Best Tech. It's a little large though. Lizard would actually be a good choice, even though it's got a really weird shaped blade. It's small, it's sharp, it definitely would do well. Let's see here. What else do I have? Of course, Buck makes some fantastic knives. The any of their Stockman would do. Um, some of the smaller bantams, the BBWs, would do pretty well. Buck 110 is as classic as they get. It would work well for you. I wouldn't really recommend the 119 or the 105. They're just a little big for carving. I know people who did it. My old Scoutmaster used to use one, and it was just fantastic. But my Scoutmaster was better at carving than I'll ever be. Some of the rakes are good. Civivi has a ton of great knives. The fracture slip joint would probably be good. The Otis wouldn't be bad. The Carry EDC, for all that it's got a weird shaped blade, would actually probably do very well at carving. The Backlash or the Wyvern. The McKenna has a very thin blade, which would allow you to do some very fine work with it. Let's see here. Shredder, yeah, that wouldn't be too bad. Or the Chronic. Rustic Gent was as classic a pocket knife as you can get. Let's see here. What else would I possibly recommend? Don't know about the Keen Nader. It's a nice knife, but I'm not sure I'd want to use it for whittling and carving. The Darris might not be a bad choice. The Imperium would be a pretty decent choice. So would this Vivinox. Kepler, no, it's definitely not. And there's several, but you know what? Since you asked, I'll see if I can come up with some just for carving and put in a separate uh, category just for carving. So now Gabriel's got a good point. The PM2 would be a great one for carving. I'm not as familiar with the flex cut pocket jack, but you know, I'm going to take Gabriel's word for it. He's been around for a while. He knows what he's talking about. That's for sure. Hey, Meth Chef. Glad you could make it here tonight. So, um, yeah, see, we've got several people, and you're starting to enjoy this. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah. Uh, Thank you, John. It's definitely be a good one to try. Definitely be a good one to try. I've got to get some more if there's Stockman in. The Buck Stockmans are great. Right now, I've only got 2 different versions in. I'm trying to get some more in, but um, yeah, I've hit a bit of a rough spot financially, so I can't get in as many new knives as I'd like. But you know, I'll get through it, and I'll get the more knives in soon, I'm sure. Okay, yeah, the 110 Sport is a nice knife. I mean, any of the 110s work well. Uh, Buck just makes a really nice knife, and most of them are still made here in the U.S. Some of them, unfortunately, are made in China, but even for the ones that are made in China, well, it's Buck quality, Buck quality control. So I'm not going to hold that against them until they start showing that they've lost control of their people in China. So, but okay, I thought it had come out with a drop point. I'll have to take a look at that. Um, no, you're right. It's only clip point right now. Okay, but so long as I've got you all here anyway, any of y'all have some suggestions for knives you'd like to see me review? Always looking for some good ideas. And I mean, I learned about a couple knives from y'all that I'd never have thought of checking out. So yeah, not a problem, Math Chef. Not a problem. I understand how it goes. Um, yeah, it's sometimes you get a name that and you pick it for one reason and you think it's crystal clear what you mean, and only to have someone completely misdrew it, and then you realize, oh God, I really left that wide open, didn't I? But hey, this sort of thing happens, and I'm not going to hold against anyone else, believe me. um, Way back when uh, I was on a board for Radtex and CatScan Tex, and I picked a name that I thought was perfectly innocent, and yeah, it quickly became apparent that people thought I was a dopehead because uh, a pothead because of the name I had picked, and it's no, yeah. So, okay, yeah, that's cool. That's definitely cool. So, but anyway, we're getting this thing going well, and it's always great to hear from y'all. I do have a couple other thoughts I've been having. Someone suggested that I should take a page from one group on Facebook that has what they call Friday Night Knaffles, um, spelled Knaffle. Um, they have a knife they put up, and everyone pays is a NAFL fee of normally it's $20. Sometimes it's as little as $5, and it uh, when they hit a certain number of spots having been purchased, then they hold a drawing to give away the knife. Now I can't afford to do that every week, but someone suggests I might try doing it once a month. Not sure which knives I'd give away. Try to give something cool away. For instance, okay, you saw today I'm carrying a Demco. Um, it's a hard knife to get. They only have limited number of drops a year, but yeah, that would be a good one for that sort of thing. Um, yeah. The Native 5 in Magna Cut for fishing. Yeah, it's not a. It's a sweet knife. Yeah, I've done blade swaps and I've done handle scale swaps, and it's not that hard. The problem is that it's with some knives, it's really easy to strip the screws, and then you get something like what happened with an Endure 4 I have. I was making SF custom scales for it, and somehow or other, I lost one of the screws and stripped another. So now the thing won't stay together. I have to keep pushing it back together every time I use it, and it's defeats the whole purpose of the knife. It's and it has an odd size screw. I mean, most of them use a number 5 Torx head screw, but this Endure for some reason didn't. Or rather, it did use number 5 torque head, but the shaft was a weird size, and I haven't been able to find that particular size, so I can't put the knife back together properly. Um, Kind of annoying, you know, especially since I almost had this scales down to the point where I could start mass producing them if I wanted on my CNC machine, which would be great. I could be able to make all sorts of custom handle scales for you and sale to y'all. But well, it's a thought, something I can do. And it would definitely be a thought. Knife handle steels, it depends on what they're using. Most of them are just using plain standard stainless. So yeah, it's not that hard to retap if you've got small enough taps. Most of my work is with woodwork, and I don't need fine taps like that. So, my brother-in-law, on the other hand, does a lot of metalworking. He'd probably have the taps I needed. Um, so yeah, it's hadn't thought of that, but I might just go ahead and give it a try. If my brother-in-law has the taps I need, I might just go ahead and see if I can't drill out that frame to put a new screw in. Be definitely a cool idea. Some of them, unfortunately, I mean, okay, it's Demco. The screws do not go all the way through. So yeah, that's not too big a deal, but some of them, um, like, okay, it's Dawn Warrior, for instance. Those screws actually do go all the way through. So you've got heads on one side and uh, nuts on the other. So you've got to be careful how you do that. On the other hand, those are easier because then I don't have to tap it. I just have to drill out the proper size hole for the pin. Still, thank you, John. It's not something I should probably have thought of and tried myself. Oh well, even I can learn some things, you know. So, uh, but it is about time to give that knife away. We've got it's 7:30, and everyone was told I was going to start at 7. So let's see here. Let's say we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 people on. Plus, we've got Aether Legion Tactical. So we've got yeah, I was hoping for more, but we've still got 15 people. So, you know, if only 15 people want to try for that knife, I'm not going to hold it against them. So let's pull up. Come on, I got the randomizer here somewhere, don't I? Or did my son accidentally take it off my phone? Yeah, looks like he took it off my phone, but that's okay. We can search it out and reinstall it. So, let's go ahead and get this downloaded here. Yeah, it is better odds than the football pull at work, even my work. So, it's here. So, between 1 and 15. And we hit generate. And number 14. So, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, it looks like WV is the winner. WV Knife Enthusiasts. Now that's cool. Great. I'll tell you what, WV, if you can get a hold of me, private message me or something, either on Facebook or through my channel here, and get me your contact information, I'll get you your knife on out to you. And Spoon, say hello. If he doesn't get back to me, let's see here. Who would be number 7? Would be the second person. So uh, Mario Martin will be the second up if I don't hear from WV. So hopefully we'll hear from one of them pretty soon. Let's see. We'll find out hopefully shortly. Yeah, but the buck is a nice knife, man. I think you're going to like it. In the meantime, yeah, we'll start. I actually hit 1,500 right around January 1st. So for this next giveaway, which will be at 2,000, we'll include any knife I review between the beginning of the year and whenever we hit 2,000. Other than the Buck Nighthawk, if I still got one in stock, yeah, I'll give it away. But if I don't, unfortunately, that one's discontinued. So once I sell out of it, I'm out. I can't get any more in. And hey, Birdman, how you been doing? I've been trying to keep up with you, but man, it's just been rough here. So yeah, Birdman won my first giveaway, I believe. So if you haven't seen him, Birdman 649 has a rather cool little uh, video channel. Does a lot of nature walks. Uh, Talks about a few things that some people probably may not believe in, but some people do. And if you do, hey, it's good information. And if you don't, well, it's still some beautiful country he's walking through and doing his videos in. Just all around great guy. So I was hoping Frank and Tina might be able to make it here. And they've got another great channel, pretty much lighthearted, but you know, Frank's an electrician. He and his wife Tina are uh, raising a couple of their grandkids, and as I say, their videos are pretty much lighthearted, nothing too serious, but it's a great way to relax. I was also hoping Cowboy Bebop might make it, but again, I guess he wasn't able to either. Of course, he's doing a giveaway on his channel. It's I forget what he's giving away, but Cowboy Bebop likes Bowie knives and some of the Rambo knives and some of those things. So, um, but he gets some good ones. He's there, and you're welcome, Birdman. Hey, what can I say? It's only the truth, you know. Um, so I'm still hoping WV will pop in here, uh, and if not WV, then as I say, the next one after that was Mario Martin. So most, yeah, they got a couple days. WV has a couple days to get a hold of me. If I don't hear from them by Wednesday, then we'll see about getting a hold of Mario Martin. And if I don't get a hold of either of them by the end of the week, well, maybe I'll have an impromptu drawing next week to give it away then. We'll just have to see what happens. In the meantime, is there anything anyone would like to ask me or talk about? I'm always happy to ramble on. It's trying to do a little bit of that. Sorry. Oh God, that hurt. Sorry about that. As you all know, I'm still a little under the weather, but could be a lot worse. So Hey, when I had COVID almost a year and a half ago, I had 10 days when I didn't remember a damn thing. Um, my wife and daughter don't want to talk about it, so I have no clue what was going on during those 10 days, but I know I wasn't good for much. So at least this ain't COVID. Always a good thing. So, but, yeah, anyway, yeah, we'll give them another 5 minutes to pop in or for someone to come up with question. And if we don't get any questions or any comments for me to respond to, are more people collecting knives in the past 2 years? Well, I think so. Uh, I know when I first started at gun shows, I had trouble selling anything more expensive than a low end Kershaw. Most people wanted something cheap and easy. Um, and then suddenly I started getting more popular because I was one of the few people who carried Colts, and people were starting out collecting Colts because they were a good knife and uh, reasonable price, especially young teenagers and the like. Oh, WC is fantastic. I've talked with him a couple times on All Knives Matter and a couple other Facebook pages, and I've talked with him multiple times at the Blade Show. He does primarily hunting knives and camping knives. Um, but yeah, he makes a really good knife. Unfortunately, I have not been able to reach a deal with him where I can start carrying them uh, in my web store. Uh, I'm just too small, and truthfully, I'm not sure that he's got anyone selling them other than himself. But oh, definitely, if you can get a WC knife, go for it. You'll love it. Back to knife collecting. Probably the three biggest. Well, no, I go more than that. There is a page on Facebook just for people who collect case knives, and they are one of the most collectible knives out there. There's a page on Facebook for people who collect buck knives. Um, there is a page for people who are mad about civivis, and a page for people who are uh, really big on Demco knives. It's as far as some discontinuing knives to drive up demand. I'm not so sure of that. I know that Buck has discontinued a few knives that one of which I wish they hadn't discontinued. That was the Nighthawk Hunter. Um, but when I was talking to them at the Blade Show last year, I got the feeling it was more because they just weren't selling enough of them, in spite of the fact that they were good knives, and we're getting them out of the lineup to make room for something new. Not sure if that's all it is or not, but it's. Bertman, you got me curious now. Let me go to Google real quick. And WC knives. Yeah. Um. Yeah. And now it looks like yeah, it's looking for this here. And William Collins is one guy who makes WC knives. And let's see here. Authorized dealers, Stitch Gear Outfitters, Great Northern Knives, Empty Gun Shop. Yeah, he doesn't have many distributors. Mainly, if you want one of his knives, you almost have to go directly to his page. Um, yeah, I mean, he does have 4 or 5 distributors, but none of them are big distributors like I suspect, because his knives are worthy of them. I mean, yeah, one of the best places I like is addition to Blade HQ. God, I just went blank on the name. Let me see here. Uh, at DL Trading Company, would I really expected DL Trading Company to carry uh, Williams knives, but yeah, no, they've got Bark River, Microtech, Sparaco, Chris Reeve, Medford, Bookcase. Um, but I mean, DLT is a place to go for uh, taupe knives if you're interested in a taupe knife, and they are fantastic. Um, Dan Taupe's recently come out with a new version called a Taupe Recon, which I'd love to get my hands on. I've got a Lucky 7, and I've got a Hellcat, and they're both really sweet knives. I love them. That's another company I'd love to start carrying knives for. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Birdman. I think I would do fantastic selling mm, his knives, and I'm going to talk to him again this year at Blade Show, and who knows? As I say, chatted with him on Facebook several times. Maybe I can set something up even before that. We'll just have to see how things go. Um, Say, I'd love to be able to carry some damn taupe knives. Matter of fact, I'll come to think of it, I've been meaning to do a review of the Hellcat that I've got. It's a beautiful knife. Unfortunately, it's other end of the house, so I can't run and get it real quick, right? So, show it to you. Uh, and now there's some other knives that you get down to Blade Show, and it's just so sweet. At Paige Steinhardt, picked up one of his knives this past year. Beautiful twist Damascus dagger that he named Lucretia. I mean, it's just such a sweet knife. Oh, it's gorgeous. That's one of my few safe queens, by the way. It's yeah, it's just too beautiful to use, you know. It would do a wonderful job if I did use it as an EDC. It's too beautiful to do so, you know, which is rare because I mean, almost all my other knives, from my Taupe Hellcat on down to my Demkos, and even uh, the few Kershaws I still have, all get used. So, uh, and I think one of the reasons why more people are collecting knives is probably Forge and Fire. Um, I'm doing a live stream, buddy. I'll talk to you in a little bit, okay? My son just wondering what I'm doing. Sweet kid, but he's interesting sometimes. So yeah, but anyway, unless you all have something else to talk about, a little sorry that WV and didn't get back to me on the live stream, but you know, it's possible he'll find out soon. I hope he does. And in the meantime, um, better start getting things together for my son to get to bed. I mean, yeah, he's 20 years old, but he's autistic and takes a little bit extra care sometimes, but he's worth every minute of it. So, in the meantime, I wish you all luck. I'm glad y'all came out. If you'd like to see me do more live streams or even do that once a month NAFL where we uh, sell chances for some cool knife of or other, definitely get a hold of me and let me know. Love to hear from you. All sorts of things I owe each and every one of you. You're the reason this channel's growing the way it is and why it is how it is. So, y'all take care. I'll see you next week. Bye now.